Okay, in case you haven't read my post that talks about when did manicures become a must, it's probably a good time because now that you're spending so much time, money, and resources on getting your nails done, might as well look for the contributing factors to what is a good manicure. Get more bang for your buck, right? Okay, so here's the 10 things that I look for. First of all, was the technician's hands sterilized? It's a good practice. It also shows how professional they are. And also, too, are the tools and equipment properly sterilized? I talked about that at another video post about how clean is that nail spa. Okay, if you haven't looked at it, it's a good time to as well. Okay, also number 3 is, was your nail polish removed correctly, and was it removed thoroughly? Was the remover gentle enough? So look at that. Also, just a side note, acetone some people use acetone to remove nail polish. And it does the job, but it does strip your nails of moisture. It turns your nails quite white and dry. So if your nails can't take it because it's not as healthy as it should be, maybe you should stay away from, for example, like straight acetone or even any remover that contains acetone. So think about that as well. Also, number 4 is the hand soak. When they soak your hands in the soaking bowl, anything over 5 minutes is too long because it can cause like over trimming or the over pushing of your cuticles when your fingers are too pruny. And that can get your fingers here to be either, well, too ugly looking here because they've cut too much of your cuticle, or they can probably hurt you by trimming too much. Okay, and number 5 is the cuticle trimming. And the pushback, was the shape of the cuticles, that's this part right here, okay, was it nice and round and uniform? And if it's not, then you can't expect your polish to go on nicely after in that area, especially with the dark color of nail polishes. It's really going to show. And that's one of the things that I look for in a good manicure too. Okay, now number 6 is, are the lengths of your nails uniform? This one actually took me a while to get used to, like how they define the lengths of my fingernail. Okay, so I'll start it off like this. If there's one broken nail, would you clip the rest to actually suit that shorter nail, or would you actually get it extended? Really, there's no correct answer. It depends on it's just up to you. So either extend that nail that is shorter, or get everything cut to that same length, because it'll look really weird when you have 9 fingers with the same nail length, yet one is like super duper short. It's just weird. Okay. And also, when the technician, when they're measuring your nails lengths, don't look at how much that is sticking out. That's what I used to look at. And when I look at it this way, I always ask the nail technician, I'm like, why are they different? Like, why are they at different lengths? And they tell me, and it's true. They measure it like this and like this and like that. So a rule of thumb is that these 6 fingers generally have the same length. So when they measure it side by side, just looking at the whole nail, it should be about the same length. And your thumb and your pinky should be just about just a little bit, or even like half a grid or 1 grid shorter than your middle 3 fingers. And same thing with the thumb when you measure it like that. Okay. And also, because sometimes we have different lengths of nail beds on different fingers. So as I say, looking at that free edge that's sticking up from this side is not quite accurate. Okay, and next, number 7 is, was your nails buffed correctly? When they use the nail buffer to buff your nails, did they buff it right? Okay, if there's an underbuffing situation, that means they are not able to take out those minor lines or those imperfections, or even the little ridges out of your nails. So you can imagine when the nail polish goes on, it's still going to follow that curve, and it's going to maybe amplify it after. So it's not going to look good. And the other one is underbuffing, or sorry, overbuffing. That's when they buffed way too much. I'm sure they've taken out those imperfections, but yet they've really thinned out your nails. So yeah, it got the lines and ridges out, but now your nail's probably next to paper thin, and we don't want that either. And last is, was that entire nail shiny, or is it just in the center? Pay close attention to the area that's near the sides and the cuticles, that they really got in there and buffed everything. So Everything should be covered and shiny. So that's the buffing part. Okay, number 8. A lot of places, they actually forgot about this part, so I will talk about it. Are your headphones, phones, payments, your washroom visits, has it been taken care of? Because this is really important and often neglected. This is a nice way to screw up your nails at the end by reaching into your purse, or to get rid of your headphones, reaching for the money. Same goes for headphones. It's just not a good idea to touch anything that, like, that little, or to reach for anything when your nails are wet. And if you need to go to the bathroom, do it now before they put any like polishes or base coats on, and do it now and not the next 2 hours like after, because I'm sure we can't unbutton or button or zip or unzip our jeans when there's wet paint on our fingers. And number 9 is the nail polish work. Generally, it's 1 base coat plus 2 to 3 color coats, depending on the color, and 1 top coat. So were each coat capped? So ask yourself that question and kind of look for it. Capping is when they paint this part of the nail, like this edge part. So they should be tapping, or even just kind of just covering it ever so lightly with their polishes. The reason being is if they didn't do that, they're only covering the top part of your nail, and when you do dark polishes, this part is going to look like something chipped because they haven't covered that edge. So all your base coats, all your color coats, all your top coats should cover this free edge. Don't forget that. Very important. And as I say, it's more noticeable with the darker colors like black, brown, red. Yeah. And last, was the cuticle oil and the lotion applied? Also part of the professional practices. It's not just a matter of getting your nails painted and kicking you out. So have they actually taken that that minute to actually give your hands a light massage, to give you that cuticle oil to remoisturize your cuticle area? That's something that I use. This is something I got from Body Shop. I took out the label. It's like a cuticle pen. I have it sitting like everywhere because I'm not a spring chicken anymore, obviously, and so I just kind of paint my cuticles every now and then, even on my fingers and toes, and it actually really makes a difference because the hangnails and just the overlook appearance of my hands actually get improved over time. So I get one of these.